Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back, honey. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, real quick, I just want to talk about some cliff notes, okay? We just gonna get into, or shall I say, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, but we're gonna do the cliff notes, all right? First of all, Karen and Mia, all right? I don't understand why Karen is so pressed about Mia not really defending her. Although I was kind of here for her. Like a lot of times people will come back and tell us what folks are saying about us, but not oftentimes do we hear how that person actually defended us in the conversation. So make no mistakes, Miss Karen. Mia really ain't your friend. Like Mia's a friend to nobody. Let's be very, very clear about that. But at the same time, it's like, Karen, I'm sure that there have been conversations about Mia in front of your face, and you also have not spoken up, on her behalf, which is interesting because towards the end of the finale, they ended up doing like a little flashback or whatever. And you pretty much saying how you don't condone fake stories or whatever the case is, girl. So did you really speak up and have Mia's back, or did you just say that, oh well, I don't know what's true or what's not true? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you really say, hey, listen, guys, if Mia said it, then obviously it must be true? Or did you say, well, she's not here to defend herself, so guys, let's not even try and have this conversation, da 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 da. So I feel like there have been times where conversations have been had around you and you haven't had that person's back. You feel what I'm saying? So it does make me think a little bit like, girl, it was giving maybe a little bit of deflection. Who knows? All right. What else did I want to talk about? Mia and this health scare. I still, honestly, y'all, don't really know what the hell is going on with Mia. I'm just not gonna hold y'all. I don't really know. We saw her go to the doctor's office, and when she went to that doctor's office, it sounded like they pretty much told her she had a rash. So I was like, wait a minute, girl, you put us through all of this and you had a rash? And I feel like if that's what the doctors really knew, that it wasn't that deep, they probably would have told you that before you went and got further testing. But you came down to the social media to make us think and feel as though you really had some serious going on with you. Now, granted, I don't doubt Mia had a lot going on with her health. It's just that, girl, you had us thinking that you possibly had cancer. And even then, sitting on the finale, it sounds like you were trying to insinuate that the doctor told you that you didn't have long to live type thing. And it's like, Mia, you like to exaggerate stories. And that's where people come to you and say that you're a liar. Because what you exaggerate versus what it really is, it never lines up. You feel you understand what I'm saying? So that's why the people go in on you in the capacity and the way that they do. All right. So I said, girl, not you done sent us down here through here, and you've been through all of this only to say that you had a rash or something. I was so confused. But then it also sounded like they were saying she may still have some lymph nodes. So they're trying to identify what exactly that is, or I don't think it's cancerous or anything. So just to know, when it came down to me, I'm still confused on what the fuck was going on. I'm not gonna hold y'all. So if as I'm talking about this, y'all sound confused, it's because, bitch, I'm still confused. How about that? Okay. We don't see each other. All right. What else happened? Giselle, Candace, and let's get to the Chris situation. It's Candace's party. She's about to celebrate, the song Insecure, which I really like, featuring Miss Trina. It's the video premiere or whatever. And first of all, Mia said it was giving high budget. It's not low budget no more. Girl, shut the hell up. Girl, let me tell you what's low budget, okay? I ain't gonna say what's low budget. But how about you ain't got that big ass house no more? How about that? How about you about to go back to the penthouse? Okay, so what budget are you going to be having? Does the penthouse cost more than the house, or are you low budget because you're going to have to go back and downsize? Which one is it, girl? But anyway, honey. So Giselle, first of all, this is what I don't like. I do not like that Candace invited Giselle to her party. I understand it was the wrap of the season, so of course everybody was going to be there for the last thing of the season. But I was just like, oh, why is Giselle there? If she's gonna come there, girl, at least just be like, hey, girl, how you doing? And keep going. You over there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Girl, hey, girl, thanks for coming. Anyway, so what's going on over here? Like, Giselle gonna come in and then gonna sit up there and speak to Chris. Hey, Chris, how are you? First of all, you should have did to Giselle what Giselle did to Chris. She spoke to him in passing. But also, Giselle, if you felt so uncomfortable by a man that you will also refer to as a sneaky link, then why the hell would you sit up there and touch that man? Because I would have been like, don't put your hands on me. I don't play like that. Don't touch me, man. Don't put your hands on me. Okay, Chris was being very nice because Chris is a nice guy. Chris spoke back. She went on about her business. It is what it is, but it ain't what it ain't. And I just don't understand if somebody made you feel that uncomfortable Why would you sit up there and speak to him and then now saying that you want to have a conversation with this man? Because we end up seeing a flashback between Giselle and Candace that we didn't see previously, where Giselle said that she wanted to have a talk with Chris, and Candace said something like, Chris wants to have a talk with you, but he just feels like when it came down to the situation, you could have handled it differently or something like that. And Giselle says she understands, or she can see where she's coming from, basically, in so many words. So Giselle, you knew you was wrong for how you handled that situation. And what's so funny is she really wanted to have a conversation with Chris at the party, and she felt the way that Chris wasn't really coming over there to pull her for a chat or anything. And I'm just kind of like, but you also said earlier this season that you had absolutely no desire to speak with him at all. You didn't want anything to do with him. So now towards the end of the season, you want to have a conversation. Now you wait. You could have been called him. You could have been reached out to him. Now you want to wait. You spent this entire season telling lies on that man, and you mean to tell me that he's supposed to come and have a conversation with you on your timing? Absolutely not. And then it's the disregard for the fact that this is also Candace's event, so he ain't really trying to go down that road with you. Are you crazy? Meanwhile, Candace, I can't get over the. It's like, I can't get over that. Like, no. Like, you've been dragging this lady the whole season, and then you get to the party and you over there being too friendly. Like, no. Let's not and say that we did. You don't owe her that. You don't owe her anything. She over there asking because she talked to Chris. Candace says, I mean, he want to talk to you, but I just don't think this is the setting that he's going to do it in. No. I don't think this going to be the setting that he's going to do it in. All right? So for her to want to press that, it's like, girl, he'll come around and he'll talk to you when he's ready. You got to understand what it is that you did. And you know what else is interesting? It's the fact that during the finale, they said that Chris no longer works at the hotel, which I found to be very interesting. I'm like, why does he no longer work at the hotel? Did Giselle's allegations or whatever she said have something to do with him likely not working there anymore? Because, you know, when you put stuff out there like that, sometimes it doesn't take a lot for a company to want to disassociate themselves with you or from you, you know? So I wonder if it was a sound decision that he and Candace chose to make for him to step away, or did it have anything to do with what Giselle said? That's what I'm wondering, okay? I'm glad Chris is going to give Giselle the conversation she so desires to have at the reunion, and he's definitely going to let her have it in the same way that he let Miss Ashley Darby have it. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All right, so Ashley Darby wanted to have a conversation with Chris, and Candace was like, listen, I think he wants to talk. I just don't think he wants to talk in this moment, which he didn't. But Ashley, why would you go to this woman, ask if you could talk to her husband? This woman tells you that's not a good idea. You disregard and impersonally disrespect what it is she has to say, and then you still go over there anyway. And Candace, you didn't really stop her. You just told your husband, incoming, you know, I mean, it is what it is. She was going to go over there anyway, so I mean, whatever. But you still let her go over there and have a conversation with your husband. You know, I wish Chris would have walked off. But Ashley goes over there wanting to talk to Chris. The entire time I'm watching it, I'm like, Chris, you better not apologize. You better not apologize to this heifer. Absolutely not. And then when Candace was over there talking to Ashley, she said something about old girl looking like a Muppet, a Sesame Street, whatever character you want to put over there on that channel, Teletubby. Girl, I'm not sure, okay? One of the little characters, all right? So when Candace was kind of taking a shot at Ashley's friend, Ashley was like, oh, so you're going to take a shot at my friend? B-I-T-C-H? Yes, I am. I'm going to drag her. You better be glad that I'm not dragging your ass. Okay, this woman spent a lot of time up here lying on my husband. Not only that, you brought this bitch to me to continue to talk shit, or whatever she said about my husband. And if you think that I'm supposed to be nice in this moment, bitch, you about as dumb as Michael. And we're going to talk about Michael too, but you about as dumb as him. All right, you out your fucking mind, girl. Go ahead. So then Ashley goes over to talk to Chris, disregarding Candace. And Chris pretty much tells her, like, because she was like, you said some really rough things on social media. He was like, well, what did I say? She was like, well, what you said was, I was going to be sorry about something. And he said, you motherfucking right, you was going to be sorry about something. Okay? Because you sat up there and had lies put out there on me on more than one occasion. All right? And I'm not going to sit back like any of these other folks and just let you talk shit. Bitch, I'm going to clear mine. Period. Okay? So once I clear mine, I promise you're going to be sorry. And that's exactly what it is that I meant, because the shit was fucked up. I said, let's go, Chris. You better eat. Eat, I say. Eat it up, okay? He got so upset. Ashley continued, when you said this and you did that, bitch, get your dog out my face, girl. Step away from me very quickly. All right? Because I'm trying not to cuss at you. I'm trying not to be disrespectful because we know how y'all like to spin some shit. So I'm mad as hell at this moment. So when Chris left and he walked out, even though he got loud and he yelled or whatever, I wasn't even mad at him because Ashley went over there personally to press buttons and then had the audacity to look at the ladies and be like, what did I do? I did nothing wrong. Oh my God. I said nothing. I did what? Who, me? Huh? Like, girl, get your song. Run along, Suzanne. Run the fuck along, okay? Run along. You're full of shit. So I was here for Chris pretty much snapping off on her. Candace handled it the best way. And this was really funny. I ain't gonna say funny, but interesting because usually we're used to seeing Candace with the blow up. And then Chris having to calm her down. And this time it was the other way around. Candace, I have to give you a hand clap, my dear. Because the way that you handled yourself this season, I loved absolutely. I've always been on your side in previous seasons. However, this season, I really loved it because I feel like it allowed people to fall back and see more of who is the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I just really like that you ain't do a whole lot. You ain't do a whole lot, and you definitely made the other ladies work for that check as well. You know, so if anybody is saying that the season wasn't really good, it was boring, it was this, it was that, chances are, girl, it was because Candace didn't give y'all a whole lot. Because y'all know as soon as Candace do something, y'all ready to eat it up and drag in the comments and stuff. So I thoroughly loved it. I feel like Candace showed more of her career and more of what it is she's working on and what she's doing and how she's advancing. Like, I love that, okay? So, yeah, y'all go ahead and work for them checks. Now, let's talk about Ashley, okay? Ashley sitting over here got this house with what's this man's name? Michael. Michael got his name on a house. Ashley, you're stupid. I don't care. I understand that you may need his coin, but you need to find out what's really good because if both of y'all name is on the mortgage, I'm just wondering. If his name is in the LLC, I don't know how that works, though. Because I'm like, could he possibly write his piece off, like his portion of the house, right? Could he possibly write it off to somebody else, or in his will, like I want to leave my portion of the house or my mortgage of the house or whatever to this person or something like that? Like, I don't know how that works, but I'm just wondering. Or is it guaranteed that he's going to leave everything to you? Because he also had you sign a contract where it showed that you won't be getting no alimony at all. And also, I feel like it's another controlling tactic. I bet you Michael's going to have a key, so he's going to be able to come into that house as much as he wants to, whenever, however he desires. What else? I feel like that's probably the reason why you're not with Luke now, because as we saw when the show ended, she's actually in her home. Yeah, I feel like that's why you either are still talking to Luke, you just not letting everybody else know, or you're not talking to Luke because Michael has control. Either way, it boils down to Michael having control. So Michael is the only one that can do whatever it is he wants to do in the marriage while you're separated, and he's still going to do that, of course, when he's divorced. So he's the only one that can do whatever he wants to do, but you can't. That's sad to hear. And here's the thing. And the gag would still be. And here's the thing. Those children are yours, but that house is his. And girl, I hate to see it, okay? But let's go ahead and move on, all right? Good luck. Let's talk about Miss Robin real quick. Y'all know Robin went on. She had the wedding or whatever. She was supposed to go to Jamaica. She ended up having it in somebody's backyard that had a lake, okay? I don't know who backyard it was with the lake, but she had it in somebody's house, all right? I will say, the very small wedding was very pretty, very cute to me. Feel however you want to feel. I thought it was beautiful. I love the flowers, all of that. It was really an elopement, girl, because when nobody there but your parents, girl, it was not a wedding at all, so stop saying that. They did some flashbacks, showed us Juan and Robin, and I'll be honest, as I watched the flashbacks for me, it made me think, could we have possibly got this wrong? Robin continued to say during the interview how she felt as though Juan is a man that needs attention and all of this other stuff. So it made me think of this. A lot of us have been saying Juan doesn't want Robin. When in all honesty, I am questioning whether she actually wanted him. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like Juan may have wanted Robin, whatever. I'm just wondering whether Robin really wanted him. And And just thinking about, of course, the delay of the wedding. Of course, we know that a woman came out saying that she's been in contact with Juan and all of that. They've linked up, whatever the case is, right? So I'm sure that had something to do with the wedding being on hold. But also, I'm wondering if the wedding was possibly on hold because Robin was comfortable with how things were. And she probably didn't feel like being a wife. For real, for real. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just wondering, is Robin really into Juan? As y'all would say, is the other way around, where Juan don't want her. It's like, girl, I don't think Robin want him, child. I think they just, hey, it's familiar territory. They got these kids together, and I really don't even know if they really in love for real. I think they just did it because it makes sense, and they probably had a little bit of pressure, so let's go ahead and get it out the way, you know? So I don't know, girl. That's what it's giving. I mean, it was cute or whatever, the little wedding. I will say she looked nice. He and the kids look ordinary. And it was what it was. They're married. No one cares. Congratulations and good luck. But that's all that I got real quick. I wanted to hop over here and give y'all something that I ain't really been giving. At least to the people on YouTube, okay? So yeah, this is just like the cliff notes for the show, okay? So y'all go ahead, hop down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the season finale as well as the season, all right? That's all that I got. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.